perfectly normal day!
I wish I knew! Should have been a perfect day for gathering fish for the village!
Captain! We've got drugs up off!
Damn it! What is going on?
I've got them!
Raptor! We've got a raptor!
Damn it! Don't let him tip the boat!
Right! He's going under! No. No. No, 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 no.
The village. The village was in ruins.
Raphtalia! Heal! Ripana! Raphtalia!
I searched the ruins of my village, looking tirelessly for those that were here before I left. That's when I noticed an object upon our favorite hill to overlook the sea. They were two graves. There were no bodies of the children. That gave me some hope to continue on and find them. I partnered with a merchant and traveled to a city where I fought with a singular goal in mind.
Shigaraki, humming!
Instant blade.
You hit harder than I thought. Lightning! Strike down and penetrate those before me! Outrifa! Chain lightning!
I don't know where you are, or if I'll find you here. Perhaps you'll be found by one of them, with the waves that will be pounding our world. Who knows? But I can promise you one thing, Raphtalia. I'll find you and protect you. Just like I promised.
How long do I have to hold this for? The air is leaking through a gap in my shield. 2 more seconds. I really am going to be blown away. No. There was one method. If I use it, I could save everyone's lives. But it will definitely cost me my own life. Like I have a choice.
It's okay. For everyone. I want to realize your wish, Mr. Naofumi.
What? This was my job. No. My role. Wait a moment!
Mr. Naofumi. Remember who you are to me. Okay?
No!
Naofumi! Have a great day.
I will. I'll be heading to the library after school as well.
All right, dinner will be ready at 6.
Got it! My name is Iwatani Naofumi, and I'm a sophomore in college. I'm also aware that I'm more of a nerd than the rest of my classmates. Ever since I first became interested in video games, anime, and other otaku pastimes, I've given them more of my time than I give my actual studies. My parents know this about me, and so they gave up on me early on. Instead, they sent my brother to a famous prep school in an effort to secure his future. But the pressure was too much for him. He got worn out with all the studying and turned into a troubled teen, dyeing his hair and yelling obscenities around the house. For a while, the whole family was miserable. But then, a savior appeared to save the day. Me. He was always scowling and mouthing off to everyone. But I had an ingenious plan up my sleeve. I suggested he try playing a game. A popular one. It was a dating simulator. The kind where you get to go on dates with cute girls. What the hell? Just try it. You don't have to commit to liking it. I said that because I knew the real reason he had turned into such a punk. When we were growing up, our parents had always given me whatever I asked for, but he had never received the same treatment. He wanted the freedom that I'd always had. I'm a specialist when it comes to having fun, though, so he was interested in the game I suggested, if only because he knew I was an authority on fun. He told me this himself, actually, later on down the line. But I'll just skip right to the end. There's one more otaku in the world now. If you walked into his room now, you'd see posters and figurines from the very same game I introduced him to. Not only that, but he also rededicated himself to his studies, got into a great school, and is apparently at the top of his class. My parents were so happy about my intervention that they spoiled me even more as a result. So, I'm currently leading a very free life as a college student. Okay, so that was a bit of a digression. I had gone to the library to do a bit of reading. My parents give me an allowance of 10,000 yen every month. Naughty games, wink wink, wonk wonk, magazines, light novels, and manga that my friends and I go through eat up that allowance pretty quickly. I have a part-time job that brings in about 50,000 yen a month, which is great, but the various festivals I take part in during the summer and winter months use all that money as well. My brother is not the sort of person to go out of his way to participate in a festival, but my parents rented a room for us near the festival grounds to encourage his participation. Well, whatever, they have their own lives to live, so they can't give me all that much money. They try to help cover tuition and rent, so that's plenty. So whenever I need to save money, when I don't have all that much, I go to the used bookstores or to the library to read. If I have free time, I like to play games online. But if you really want to be good at them, there's no end to how much time you could sink into a character. Besides, I consider myself a jack of all trades. I'm not really the type to invest all my time in one particular thing. That, and even when I do get into a game, I don't really care about leveling up my character. I just end up obsessed with gathering monies in the virtual world. Even as I'm writing these words, I have characters and rare items that I collected up for sale. Thanks to those sales, I somehow managed to secure free time to myself in the real world. Okay then, so I was there in the library today when all this craziness started. Here we are. What have we got in the fantasy section today? The records of the 4 holy weapons. Title's kind of hard to make out. Guess whoever read it last didn't take the time to put it back securely. Whatever. Guess I'll give it a read. Guess it's too old for any form of synopsis. To sum it up, it was the kind of book that starts off by telling you about the fantasy world itself, a different world. One with an apocalyptic prophecy to worry about. The prophecy said that many waves of great destruction would wash over the world until nothing was left. To stave off disaster and escape destruction, the people would call for heroes from another world to come and save them. Or something like that, anyway. Well, the idea seems pretty cliche now, but something about the book being that old felt ironically fresh. So, The 4 heroes each possess a special weapon. Sword, spear, I like that, bow, and shield. What? Come on. A shield isn't even a weapon. What is this? Come on. What else we got here? The 4 went on a journey to train, gather strength, perfect themselves, and stop the prophesied destruction of the world. Nearly fell asleep. This book is so old-fashioned. I mean, there's no cute heroines at all. The only girl is this manipulative and obsessive bitch towards the heroes. She keeps casting flirtatious glances at all of them, pitting them against each other. I wish she would just pick one of them to focus on. The sword hero was active, powerful. The spear hero valued and protected his friends. The bow hero would never tolerate injustice. All the heroes were good people with great personalities. There aren't many stories like that these days. You know, the kind where all the characters share the protagonist's spotlight. Story shifting to the shield hero. Huh? All the pages after the introduction of the shield hero are blank? What the heck? They're all blank white pages. There's nothing else in this book. I was thinking over how strange it all was when I started to feel dizzy. Huh? I heard my own bewildered whisper. What? And felt my consciousness slipping away. I never dreamed that I'd be transported to another world.